working on yourself and loving yourself are not the same thing. And you can spend your entire life working on yourself and you can still hate yourself. And you can tell yourself this story like I did. I told myself that I was working on myself because I loved myself. But it was actually the opposite. I was working on myself so hard because I didn't love myself. Because I thought that I was broken. Because I thought there was something wrong with me. Because I thought I needed fixing. And the very term work on yourself implies that you're not good enough as you are. That you need to work on yourself to be better, to be worthy, and to be enough. And that's bullshit. And it's another thing that this spiritual space has been infiltrating our minds with that is simply wrong. That you need to work on yourself to be worthy and to be good enough. And if you're not attracting the things that you want in your life, it's because you haven't done enough work yet. And I just don't believe that. And if we're going to follow that little story that they're telling us, that you need to do the work to be enough and to be worthy and to attract the things that you want in your life, does that mean I'm more worthy of love now than I was 5 years ago? No. I have always been worthy of love. I've always been good enough. I've never had to work on it. And I can't believe I've just realized this, but you were good enough before you started the work, before you started this journey, before you started anything. You were worthy. You have an inherent worth, inherent value that no one can take away, and nothing that you do in this life adds to it or takes away from it. You're just inherently worthy. You're inherently lovable all the time, no matter what. And I hate that they're sending out this story that we have to keep working at it, and it's this journey that never ends, and this hustle, you got to work at it, you got to work on yourself forever, and the journey never ends, and you just have to keep going. And it sounds exactly like the system that we're living in right now. This work, 9 to 5, 5 to 9, never stop, never sleep, just hustle and work and work and work. And that's just not how this is meant to go. And I have spent so many years working on myself, and I did not love myself during that process at all. And I can't believe I'm realizing it now, that like that was literally the whole point, was just to love yourself. And we've gotten to a point in our lives where loving ourselves is so hard, it feels like work. Like loving myself feels like work to me. And that's how bad it's gotten. And at first I felt like ashamed of that. But don't feel ashamed that it's hard for you to love yourself. It's not your fault that it's hard. They have made it hard. The system has made it hard. They don't want a population of people who are loving themselves, because then they can't control us. And I'm not meant to be like spreading out fear-mongering or whatever, but they can control a population that hate themselves. They want us to hate ourselves. They don't want us to love ourselves or be in love, because then they can't control us. So when we're doing this work, that it shouldn't be work, right? Like loving yourself shouldn't be hard. It shouldn't be work. It shouldn't be all these things that we have to do to get there. We should just love ourselves. We should already be there, right? But they've made it so hard. And the world we live in is not supporting us to love ourselves, right? Because they don't want us in love. They don't want us to feel love for ourselves. And as an example, I'm going to go off on a little bit of a tangent, but it's a good example of like the twin flame divine union journey, right? In the spiritual space. And they're saying if you don't have that, if you don't have a divine partner, if you don't have divine union, it's because you haven't done enough work yet. And if you did the work, you'd have that partner, you'd have that love, you'd have the money, you'd have whatever it is, right? You just haven't done enough work yet. And I just think that's bullshit, because that's implying yet again that you're not worthy of love as you are right now, that you need to work for it. And you never have to work for what's meant for you. You never have to work for what you deserve, which is love and safety and security and a divine, beautiful, loving partner and a divine, beautiful, loving life. You deserve that. You don't need to work for it. And it's that same matrix mindset that you have to work and hustle for it that you're not worthy or deserving of it, that you have to like work at it to get there. And I just don't believe that. You don't have to work to be worthy of love. And they're like shaming people, like you don't have a partner or you don't have love because you haven't done the work yet. And if you did the work, you'd be like me and you'd have a partner, or you'd have this or you'd have that. And it's just so dumb because it's not true. You're always worthy of love, and everything that you deserve, you're deserving of it now. You don't have to do work to be deserving of it, right? Like it's just so stupid. And like another thing of like stepping out of your comfort zone. That's what everyone's talking about right now. Step out of your comfort zone, step out of your comfort zone. And yeah, look, I get it. Step out of your comfort zone, it'll help you grow. Do something that scares you, you'll evolve out of it, right? But you don't have to be stepping out of your comfort zone all the time. You don't have to be chasing your fears all the time and being in that fight or flight response. You're allowed, okay, no, scratch that. You deserve to feel safe. You deserve to feel comfortable. You deserve to feel stable and secure. That doesn't mean you're stuck in your comfort zone. And this thing, another thing of the spiritual space is telling us that if we feel comfortable, if we feel safe, if we feel stable, if we feel secure, we're stuck in our comfort zone and we're not doing enough work. And that we need to keep going. We need to keep pushing the limits of our zone, right? But life is not meant to be hard. Life is hard, but it's not meant to be hard for us all the time. We're not meant to be struggling and hustling all the time. And our bodies are designed, yes, to go into fight or flight for a moment, to do that thing that scares you, jump in the arena, stand there and do something that really scares you, and then you go back to homeostasis, then you go back to the parasympathetic nervous system. You're not meant to be in that all the time. And it's like they're constantly pushing us and pushing us and pushing us. And I just don't believe that's how the journey is meant to go. Yes, we're moving forward. Yes, we're growing. Yes, we're evolving. But it's not this, you need to be out of your comfort zone and you need to be chasing your fear and you need to be in uncomfortable times and moments and events all the time. No. We came here to enjoy the pleasures of life, to enjoy the little things, to have fun, to feel comfortable, to feel safe, to feel happy, to feel joy, not to be following the fear or diving into the shadow work all the time or following the darkness all the time. It was meant to be more fun than this. And I just hate how they are twisting this spiritual journey to make it feel like it's so hard. And if you feel safe, you're not doing enough work. And if you feel comfortable, you're stuck in your comfort zone, so get out and keep moving. And you're meant to find comfort in the uncomfortable. Like, yeah, an element of that is true. But if you feel comfortable, if you feel safe, stay there. Like, be happy there. You don't have to keep going. Like, this constant thing of like nothing is ever enough, that you just have to keep going. It's the same programming that this system has. And that's not what the spiritual journey is about. And if you are safe and comfortable, and like there is a difference, you will know if you're like stuck in your comfort zone and refusing to move forward because you're scared, or because you've actually found something really beautiful that's made you feel safe and comfortable, because you deserve to feel safe and comfortable. You deserve to feel that. And you don't have to be out of your comfort zone all the time and be in fear all the time to prove that you're on the spiritual journey, to prove that you're doing the work. And we shouldn't have to be doing all the work all the time. And all this work, no matter what you do, it pretty much is all bringing us back to our inner child, right? And the inner child doesn't work. It plays. And when someone first told me that, I thought, okay, so what do you want me to do? Like skip around, spin around in circles 100 times until I fall over like an idiot? Like, I'm not going to do that. That's dumb. But I realized that doing the work all the time, I wasn't actually getting anywhere. And the more work I was doing, the more I was dredging up, the more shadow work I was doing, the more darkness I was seeing myself, I was actually just feeding the hate for myself. And I really think that's how they've infiltrated the spiritual community, is that it's all just smoke and mirrors. Like, working on yourself is such a good thing, and like, good on you for working on yourself, but they're keeping us stuck in hatred for ourselves. That I got to a point where I just despised myself, because the more I was digging in, I was realizing all these things about me, all these dark things, that I wasn't liking myself anymore. And that's not what the journey is. It is a journey to love. It's meant to be loving yourself and playing. Being tapped in with your inner child is playing. And you can spin around in circles a couple times and fall over, and you might think that's stupid, but I promise you, if you do that right now, you'd be laughing. And if there is something that can make you laugh today, is there something that can make you happy today, do it. If it makes you feel joy, do it. If it makes you feel alive, do it. Because not enough people are feeling alive right now. I don't think people even remember what it's like to feel alive anymore, because they're too busy living. We've forgotten what it feels like. And I got to a point where I was so deep in my journey of my working on myself that I forgot how to be happy, because I was so in the darkness and in the shadows and in all these things that were wrong with me and that needed fixing. And I was like, this spiritual journey is so hard. Like, I'm not going to be able to deal with all this, like all this trauma and all these problems and all these worries and all these insecurities and all these limiting beliefs I need to work on. Like, this is just never going to end for me. And it was never about that. Because if you're so busy working on ticking off that list of all your traumas and all your past stuff and all your limiting beliefs, you're going to miss out on life. You're going to miss it. Because the whole point is to go back to what you were like when you were a child, just playing, just having fun, and doing whatever it is that makes you feel alive today. And if you spin around in circles and fall over, I promise you'll get that feeling. You'll get that hit. Or whatever it is for you, running or skipping or hopscotch or whatever. Something that your inner child, your kid self loved. That's what we have to go back to. It's not the work anymore. It's the play. It's more love, less work. Stop with the work. Stop with this go, 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 hustle, 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 because it's the same mindset as this system that we're in right now. And it's going to keep us stuck, and it's going to keep us hating ourselves if we keep on the work. So I think just the main message of this is more love, less work. Less working on yourself, less analyzing yourself and overthinking and figuring out, what are all these things that I need to do to fix myself. You don't need fixing. And you're worthy right now. And whatever spiritual content you're watching or listening to that's saying that you haven't done enough work yet to get the love that you want, or to get the money that you want, or to have the life that you want, cut them out of your life, because they are just fear-mongering you. You are worthy right now. You are good enough right now. You are deserving right now. You are deserving and worthy before you started the work, before you started the journey. You didn't need to do any of this to be worthy of love. You're worthy right now. And I am just realizing this today, that I am worthy right now. I was worthy 3 years ago. I was worthy 5 years ago. I was worthy 10 years ago. I was worthy before I was born. It's inherent in me. I am worthy, and I am enough, and I am deserving. And do not listen to the spiritual community that is saying that you've got to work on yourself to get what you want and to be enough and to get love and to get it all. You're worthy right now. And you never have to work for it. You never have to work for what's meant for you. Do you ever see a kid working for something? No. The kid just is playing. And that's what we have to get back to, just playing. And if I can say anything today, it's just get up and spin around in circles a couple times till you fall over, and make yourself laugh and make yourself feel alive again. Because in this day and age, feeling alive is like a luxury. And it's not because people can't feel it, it's because we don't choose to feel it. Because we're so focused on the darkness and the work and the shadows or whatever, we're so focused on living, we're not feeling alive anymore. And we really need to tap back into whatever gives you joy, whatever makes you laugh, whatever makes you happy today, do that. And it could be something stupid like spinning around in circles like a little kid, but do it. because we need more of that energy. And you need to reprogram your mind of remembering what it feels like to feel alive and to feel joy and to feel happiness. I got so stuck in this work, I thought I forgot how to be happy because I was so depressed doing all this shadow work and stuff that I was like, I'm never going to get out of this. This journey's never going to end. And I don't want to see the journey like that anymore. I want to get to a point where I'm happy, healthy, healed, and whole, that this journey doesn't go on forever, that I'm going to be happy and I'm going to feel comfortable and I'm going to feel safe and stable and secure. And it's not going to be this nothing's ever enough and I need to be out of my comfort zone all the time and I need to keep going and hustling and working and working. No, that's not the journey. We're here to enjoy. We're here to live. We're here to just be. And our inner child self knows how to just be. It knows how to just relax into the present moment and have fun and feel joy and not work but play. So it's getting really dark now, but that was just like a rant that I had to say. More love, less work. Stop the work. Just tap back into whatever gives you joy today and do that. I love you.